What is going on, guys? So I'm back today to talk about a TV season review. And unfortunately, I'm talking about the end of one of my favorite TV series, Atlanta. And earlier last year, I believe, Donald Glover announced that there was 2 more seasons of Atlanta and that the 4th season was going to be the final season of the show. And I reviewed the 3rd season a little bit earlier this year, and I am happy to say the 4th season of Atlanta was absolutely brilliant. So last season with Atlanta, most of the season took place in Europe, and it was a really fascinating season because we had our characters, we had Paperboy, Darius, Earn, and Vanessa all in Europe together while Paperboy's doing a tour over there. And so we had a lot of episodes surrounding our characters out there, but we also had these really weird, surreal episodes that involved completely random characters that just had these really brilliant social commentaries interlaid throughout each episode. And I thought it was a really incredible season because I think it just shows, Donald Glover and company, Hiro Murai, who directs and does a lot of the work with him, just how they are able to approach different subject matter and explore it in a way that I feel like is just so unique and incredible comparatively to a lot of the things that we see in the media nowadays. And I was really interested to see what Donald Glover and company would do with this season, whether or not it would go in that direction a little bit more. Would we stick with those surreal elements and keep it really weird and abstract and obscure? And they kind of honed it back this season where every episode was following our lead characters. And I don't know if that was because there was more of a complaint or if Donald Glover just wanted to make sure that, all these characters got adequate closure throughout the season. But that did not sacrifice in the incredible quality of this season. I think this season really does hit all of the hallmarks that make what Atlanta is so incredibly brilliant. And what I love about this show is that so many different people try to do things when it comes to social satire or exploring social issues or political issues. I feel like that there isn't any nuance left in the world. There's certain filmmakers that do a really great job with it, but mostly it's on the nose, which isn't always a bad thing because there's a lot of people out there who need to hear material like that and they need it hit over the head. This show does it in such a brilliant way that is so nuanced and amazing. It's impossible to think how they were able to write some of these scripts. This season had some of the most incredible episodes. There's one in particular that's this documentary episode essentially about the character of Goofy and how this African American man accidentally got promoted to the CEO of Disney for a brief period of time. How Goofy's character was the representation of a black father, and it was just so incredibly well done. And what I was loving in the back of my head the whole time is thinking of Donald Glover acting in the Lion King movie for Disney for the remake and then coming back and doing this thing which on the surface is this really brilliant social commentary that has a lot of wonderful humor and really insightful things in it, but also is kind of a blow at Disney at different parts, which I'm like, here's a person who worked closely with one of the most powerful companies in the entire world and is like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go after them, including working for FX, which is a company that is owned by the Disney Corporation. So I thought that it was incredibly brilliant. There's so many episodes in this that just brought a huge smile to my face and that made me laugh so hard. There was this amazing episode where at the beginning, Lakeith Stanfield's character was trying to return this air fryer at the store, and it was while it was being looted, and the employee who was helping him ended up running off, and so he ends up just taking the air fryer, and some lady at the front who's in a wheelchair stops him and says, "I'm not gonna let you steal that," and he's like, "But I'm not stealing it, I was trying to return it." And so he ends up leaving the store, and he's traveling through Atlanta, he's walking around, and that lady keeps following him in the scooter chair, and it had me rolling on the floor the entire episode laughing. Just so incredibly brilliant, while also having that social commentary of the looting and things like that have been happening throughout the United States as a part of different protests and movements. And I thought that the way that it was explored was great. I love the episode about the Crank That killer that was killing people who made Soulja Boy videos, and Paperboy was one of them. There's so many great episodes, and then there's a beautiful episode towards the end of the season called Snipe Hunt, where Vern and Vanessa take their daughter on this camping trip for her birthday. And it's this really beautiful and intimate episode about their relationship that does so in such a quiet and nuanced way that really was just amazing, and it was so moving. And the finale episode was so Atlanta. Just the most brilliant way to approach the ending of the show, to where it could be the finite ending, but they could always bring it back with what happens at the end of that episode. I feel like if Donald Glover and company decided later on they wanted to come back, they could. But I think when you look at the powerhouses in this show, between Donald Glover, Brian Tyree Henry, Lakeith Stanfield, Zazie Beetz, all these really incredible actors and actresses that just like blow me away in all of the material that they show up in. They're just always so amazing and the best part of whatever they do, and they delivered this season. And I know that they all want to go their separate ways and do their own thing, which I can completely understand, but I am really upset that this is over. This is one of those shows that, like, it feels like lightning in a bottle. Like, something like this probably won't ever get made again, which is unfortunate because I looked forward to it week after week after week. And if you've never seen Atlanta, go on Hulu and watch the entire series. It's only like 10 to 12 episodes a season. All 4 seasons are incredibly brilliant with some of the best performances in any TV show I've ever watched, and you will not be disappointed. So if you've seen Atlanta season 4, did you love it? Did you hate it? Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought. I thought this was an absolutely brilliant season of television, one of my favorite shows ever made, and I'm going to continue to revisit this one over and over again. As always, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, it helps me out a lot and lets me know the type of content you're looking for. I'm always putting out new material and look forward to getting more out for you in the near future. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.